So this is why I say every day is a good day. You really got to make your days count. If you do nothing with them or you don't take risk, you just got to live a normal, boring life, I guess. So I volunteered to do something at a motorbike show, like one of them car cruise meet things I always go to. But this one's just for motorbikes, which is definitely something I'm more into. And I volunteered to help, which I usually don't like doing because then if someone does a burnout, which I'll get into, you have to be like, oi, what the fuck do you think you're doing? Don't do a burnout, I have to report you to the police. That sort of crap. And I don't really want to do that. There was a few other cases I'll go over. But I had a really fucking good time. I brought my bike, got there at 6:20, supposed to get there at 6:30, but you know, I like to be early. And we put let's say we have this garage space here, just this tarmac. We put like bollards here, you know, here and here, like 3 bollards, and then we had like caution tape, you know, like the pigs use, and we wrapped it around to fence this piece of pavement off so no one could park here. They were originally doing like some dance thing, which I think would have been good, to be honest. But then I think they changed their mind to do a show and shine thing. But it doesn't matter, either way it still worked. They still had music, still technically was a dance thing. So we also wrapped the caution tape around my bike because we use my bike as a bollard. So why not? I personally didn't do a lot. I wanted to go around and film stuff and take photos, but I didn't because I was volunteering, which is a pretty pathetic excuse because I had plenty of time to do that. It's my own fault I didn't, to be honest. Anyway, so let's get to more fun stuff. So the event started, people started to rock up, and he's like, the left side, just this side, not this side, but just that side where my bike is, we want some bikes over there for like a show and shine, which really isn't anything. We just want unique bikes. And the other side will have a dance sort of pad, which they bailed on, which I'll get to. Anyway, so he said, you and the Harley guy, because there was another volunteer, you can go and pick unique bikes. And I was like, oh, fucking oath, we get to pick? That's awesome. So it was a bit too early to pick because, let's say this was about 7 o'clock, maybe 7:10, not many bikes were actually around. So there's slim pickings to pick custom bikes. A lot of them were just normal looking Hondas and normal looking Harleys and normal looking MTs, you know what I mean? Not many unique ones. Anyway, there were obviously unique ones. So the very first bike that caught my attention is as soon as we left, as soon as we got to go ahead to pick unique bikes, the Harley rider freaking picked a Harley, which is fine, but he picked a standard looking Harley, which is what we didn't want. It was just a bagger Harley that was blue. Maybe it was customized, it probably was because it's a Harley, but I didn't see any wow factors in it. I picked a Harley and it had wow factors. It was bright orange, it had all tribal stickers, it was low, it was chopped. You know, it was unique, it was different. But anyway, it doesn't matter, we all have our own taste. But he did say unique bikes and anyway, I sound like a dick. Anyway, so my first unique bike was that orange Harley, I think. I don't know what it was, but it was a Harley of some kind. And then I picked a Yamaha R1, which wasn't a standard looking R1. I did end up talking to the owner of the bike, and he said it was the white. It was a white model R1 with the red chassis, but he took all the white plastics off and he put them all with very unique carbon fiber, but carbon fiber red. It was a very unique looking bike. And I picked a few other bikes as well, and I was looking out for a Ducati. I just wanted the V4 Ducati in here. Apparently he rocked up pretty late because I ended up seeing one at the end of the day. But instead, I picked another good bike. Not my cup of tea though. I picked a Kawasaki H2. I don't think it was an R, but there was a H2 there. And that's just as unique as a Ducati, don't get me wrong. And he gladly accepted it. I asked 3 or 4 riders if they wanted to come in and show their bike off in this sort of premium section. They weren't interested, which is funny because you reckon he would. There's less bikes around your bike, but there'll be more humans around your bike. There'll be more photos of your bike. It'll be in more drawing attention, you know what I mean? I asked this beautiful, what was it? It was like a CBX 1200 or something. I don't know, I don't know what it was actually, but it was drop dead gorgeous. I just said to him, come on man, you gotta put that in here. It just looked beautiful. And he did. I also saw a few other good CB models, the CB 754 that looked really nice, but he said no. I asked a motard and he said no. I asked an adventure bike, he said yes. I asked quite a few bikes, yeah. Anyway, let's get to more of the story. That went well. I picked a good amount of bikes. Sadly, we bailed on the dance floor, but doesn't matter. I did the raffles. It wasn't awkward, but it's not my cup of tea, but did raffles, and I was like just holding the item, and the guy's like, see, 63, and I'm just like, hey, you got a winner. But they're very uncoordinated when you go to these events. It's like C63, 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 C, you know, who's got fucking C63? Okay, no one's claiming. And at the end, we just gave up. We just like, we're gonna guess a number. If you got close to that number, you get the prize. Yeah, it's very uncoordinated when you do raffles at these things. But the raffle was free, so no one can really complain. Also, when we started to pack up, things got pretty damn haywire, because everyone started to leave. There was one douchebag who was doing a burnout in his Harley Davidson. I nearly tapped him on the shoulder and spoke to him, but he fucking rode off. I think he saw me, because I was walking up behind his bike. So then I sort of said to the other Harley rider, do you know this guy? And he's like, no, I don't know him. I'm like, bullshit. I'm pretty sure you know him. Like, he might have not known him. But I said, if you know this guy, you better tell him, because it's my job. And, you know, I don't want to report him to the cops doing goddamn burnouts, because if you do burnouts, the cops see you do burnouts, the events get shut down. And this event is just a motorbike event. There's hundreds of car events. I don't give a shit. But this is just a motorbike event. You don't see many of them, especially big ones. But I don't think he'd give a shit. If I was in his shoes, I wouldn't give a shit either, because I wasn't the one doing the burnout. So I had to put my foot down on one rider, and I had to tell some other guy to stop revving his bike. There was like fucking 6, 7 beautiful sports bikes, just 600s, 700s, thousands. I don't fucking know, big bikes. And yeah, I was like, mate, cut it out, come on. You're like, okay, sorry, you know. I had to be the boss a few times, which is what I didn't want to do, but I think they respected me. My Grom got a lot of attention because of the setup it's currently in. I had to explain to a lot of people I'm going to Sydney, which they double guessed. They're like, what, you're going to Sydney? He's like, yeah. Also, the other highlight, there were 2 highlights of today. I should have put this at the start of the video. One was I had to hand out Penrite stickers, just Penrite stickers, little square ones. Actually, I think I pinched a buttload of them. I did, shit. I pinched a hell load of them. Look at them all. And I was handing them out normally, you know, just like, you know, just have a sticker, you know, have a sticker. Anyway, then I got sick of saying that, so I was like, have a sticker. It adds 5 horsepower to your bike, and everyone loved it. Everyone laughed, and they laughed, and they loved it, and yeah, it was good fun. And then it got to a point where I'd sometimes tease a few of them. I'd be like, let's just say there's a bloke next to the guy I gave a sticker to, and I'd be like, hey, looks like this guy needs a sticker or 2. He's like, what do you mean? It's like, I bet you he rides a slow bike. It was like, oh shit, you know, he doesn't ride a slow bike. I'd be like, oh, I don't know about that. Here, have a few more stickers, you know. I already explained this story once to a few people, like my father. I don't want to explain it again. I don't care. But I had a lot of fun. Just handing out stickers was probably the highlight of the day. It'd just be calling people out. I'd be like, oh mate, you look like you got a slow bike. Here, have some stickers. I give you plus 5 horsepower per sticker. And they'd be like, oh shit, you know, this kid's calling you out, you know. Oh, it was good fun. They all took it nice. None of them took it rudely. One of them, that was next to a Ducati And he's like, I don't need the horsepower, mate. I got this V4. I was like, okay. And then I said, what about this guy? He's got a GSXR. He probably needs a couple. And the guy's like, oh, I've got a 1000. What are you talking about? It's like, I don't know. Here, have two. Have another 10 horsepower. And the V4 rider's like, yeah, give him like 4. He needs another 20 horsepower, definitely, to beat me. You know, there was a lot of fucking joking and kidding around. That was good fun. And the last height was these 2 blokes with MC22 Hondas were just staring at my bike, like sort of like this angle, just like this, with the lights on my bike. I said to them, long story short, had a conversation with them and said, here's the keys, take it for a ride, just have some fun, don't drop it, and I don't care. And they loved it. They said, oh, one of them came back going, oh, wow, this bike's fun, and it's got good acceleration. That's really what he said, but he's like, oh, it's fun. And then the other guy came back, who was totally opposite. He's like, oh, the brakes are awesome. I'm like, what? You don't care about the acceleration or anything? He's just like, nah, the brakes are so good. I'm like, okay, fair enough. He really loved my brakes on this bike. So I was like, good. I'm glad you know, everyone has their own cup of teas, I guess. Yeah. I think that was the wrong saying. But yeah, it was a good day. Work was pretty solid. I think I knocked off around 10 or 11. Pretty quiet day. Yeah, now I'm just got to go and talk to my R1 friend, I guess. Anyway, bye. Oh, what else to do today? No, that's really it. Bye.